Since the beginning of the Seventh-day Adventist movement, we have spoken, published, produced, and designed a diversity of materials to share our distinct message with the world. As our church has grown, our message of hope in a soon-coming Savior has been shared across continents, countries, and cultures. The trajectory of our church has been towards a total member involvement in sharing our faith in every place that we go, through every medium possible. Throughout our prolific history, however, we have never had a unified strategy for how to present that message across the thousands of visual materials that we create every week. Our churches, ministries, and organizations have spent such a long time trying to stand out that it is sometimes difficult for people to tell that we all stand together, that we all belong to the same body. In designing our own, we have sometimes forgotten to think about our context and about what would make it easiest for everyone to know that we are all Seventh-day Adventists. Aided by the work created by the South Pacific Division, we have asked ourselves the question, how, with all the unique challenges of a global organization like ours, at this point in our story, can we best present our church visually? How can we use typefaces, colors, patterns, images, and layouts to let people know they are looking at Adventist materials even before they see our logo? Most importantly, how can we create a system that is flexible enough to accommodate our diversity? After months of exploring these tough questions, testing different approaches, talking with church communicators and designers across the world, and constant prayer, we've arrived at a clearer understanding of the central message, the challenges we face, and how we can best use design to help the world know the truth.
Let's talk now about the logo. While many people think of the symbol as the church logo usually refers to the combination of a symbol with a custom font treatment of a name. However, our organization is unique. Our name changes in every language. Beyond that, every entity chooses its own name, with new churches being formed and named every few minutes. Because of this, we need something much more useful than custom logos that only work well in a few languages. We believe that Jesus came to speak our language. This compels us to create a global, multi-language type system that works across the hundreds of languages that we worship in every week. We chose to use a new, beautifully designed font called Noto Sans as the basis for what we are calling Advent Sans. We build Advent Sans on the extensive language coverage of Noto Sans. We also customize it so it would match our symbol. Advent Sans will allow us to communicate consistently and beautifully across the world. However, our challenge is greater than our logo. We have thousands of new materials being designed every week around the world. Collectively, they contribute to visual fragmentation of the Adventist Church. The team has tackled this problem, and Sam Neves will introduce you to an inspired solution for us to use in all our designs.
We may look, pray, read, think, worship, sing, and share differently, but we all look forward to the Sabbath, and we all look forward to the future when Jesus will come again. It's in our very name, this anticipation for the seventh-day Sabbath. and this longing for another Advent. Our history and future as a movement is rooted in this awareness of time and of the prophetic importance of our message for these final hours of Earth's history. We are a diverse people, looking backward and forward, called to share with everyone that the world is in the verge of beauty. With this message in mind, we arrived at a core component for a new identity system, the creation grid, a simple 7-column structure for layout. The grid is a reference both to the prophetic timeline as well as to the creation week that culminated in the seventh-day Sabbath. The first 6 columns of the grid belong to the designer. They can be filled with anything: text, images, illustrations, patterns, and logos. But the 7th column, the Sabbath column, does not belong to them. It is meant to be different and special. By rallying together to use the grid, we can help people know that we are all Seventh-day Adventists, all different but all excited about the beauty that is soon to come. This structure can be applied across a wide variety of materials, and included in the new guidelines are examples as well as templates to help you get started in applying this to visual materials. While the grid can't be used in all situations, it provides a distinctive, recognizable, and meaningful structure to extend the Adventist identity system beyond our logo. With the creation grid, Advent Sands, and the Seventh-day Adventist symbol in place, the rest of the system allows for great flexibility across entities. We invite you to view the guidelines, which will be a dynamic, continually growing, and frequently updated source of information about our visual identity. Examples, templates, files, recommendations, and information will all live in one convenient place. Therefore, regardless of what or where you are designing, you can always find information to help you communicate that we are all Seventh-day Adventists.